In our gospel today, I like how Jesus responded to the trick question that was posed to him. I like it not because he was so clever and was able to get away with the trap. As we had heard, depending on how he answered the question, he could have been accused of being either for or against the Roman emperor. We have to know that during this time, the whole region of Judea was subject to the Roman Empire. So if Jesus would say yes, the people would resent him and reject him because nobody likes to pay taxes, especially to the foreign government. On the other hand, if Jesus would say no, the Pharisees would report Jesus to the Roman government. And of course, they're going to arrest him and put him into prison. But he was able to avoid that. What I actually like more is when he uses the coin that is used for tax to answer the question. There is more to it. He asked those who question him, whose image is engraved on the coin, which they all said, Caesar's. With an equal wisdom, Jesus reminded them of the image of Caesar imprinted on the coin. Saint Hilary paraphrased Jesus' words as follows: Caesar's coin is made of gold, on which his image is engraved. God's coin is man, in whom we see the image of God. Therefore, you give your riches to Caesar and keep your innocence for God. Pope Francis made a similar comment in the book entitled The Gospel of Matthew, a spiritual and pastoral reading. He said, the reference to Caesar's image engraved on the coin says that it is right that they feel fully with rights and duties, citizens of the state. But symbolically, it makes them think about the other image that is engraved on every man and woman. The image of God. He is the Lord of all, and we, who were created in his image, belong to him first and foremost. We were created individually and unrepeatable, but always according to the image of his beloved Son, Jesus. I think we need to take note of that. Because here, we are talking about which belongs to who. Pope Francis goes on saying, we should ask ourselves to whom we belong. Do we belong to our family, to the city, to friends, to work, to politics, to the states? Yes, of course. We are citizens of this world. But first and foremost, Jesus reminds us we belong to God. And that is the fundamental belonging. It is He who has given us all that we are and all that we have. And we should never forget this. Nowadays, we are often torn between conflicting priorities: family, work, even in sports, our state, and the church, what we believe as Catholics. I am not sure if you experience it, but sometimes what we think and what we support may cause tension with others who are so dear to us. We do not support the same ideology. Just look what is happening right now in the States with Judge Amy Barrett. The things that are being thrown at her, they said the dogma lives loudly within her. She is an Orthodox Catholic. They even criticize the size of her big, diverse Catholic family. Judge Amy has a different belief than theirs. But she said, I made a choice. This gospel episode is timely reminder of our relationship to God, that in our hearts His image is engraved, and we are created in His own image. Therefore, it should be our guiding principle when we make our decisions in everyday life. As first and foremost, we are His. We belong to Him. As St. Paul said in the second reading, the message of the gospel comes to you, not in word only, but in the power and in the Holy Spirit, and with full conviction. May this remind us that we should live in conformity with the image of God that we bear within us, so that when people see us, they will see a witness of God. They will see God who is in our heart.